Beyonce's former dance captain, Ashely Everett, is spilling the tea on why Beyonce didn't hire her for her Renaissance tour, and rumors are going around that Ashely decided to leave on her own after witnessing Beyonce doing dark magic and voodoo.
Saying that Ashely was liking a couple of shady comments online, some regarding to her pay, some regarding to Beyonce's legendary status in the game, and just other shady comments.
After Ashely was recently caught liking a series of shady comments about Beyonce, fans noticed that Ashely also liked one Instagram post about Beyonce being a demon. Now, this is not the first time we're hearing about Beyonce practicing witchcraft, and you probably remember how her former drummer claimed Beyonce harassed her with magic spells.
I cannot make this stuff up. Beyonce's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill.
But is this voodoo black magic thing just another conspiracy about Beyonce, or did Ashely really witness Beyonce doing something creepy that made her walk away? Let's break it down. One of Beyonce's best-known background dancers and former dance captain, Ashely Everett, is missing from the ongoing Renaissance tour, and fans are trying to figure out why Beyonce didn't hire her. See, Ashely was just 16 when Beyonce's choreographer, Frank Gatson, discovered her in New York. In the following year, Ashely dropped out of the Juilliard School to join Beyonce on the Experience Tour. Ashely rose all the way through the ranks very quickly thanks to her talent and dedication, and at just 19 years old, she became Beyonce's dance captain.
And so that's where I technically got my bump up to the dance captain, because I was the only one who knew some of the Crazy in Love choreography and the Baby Boy and, you know, the older choreography, Single Ladies even, you know. I helped teach. I just became like a part of the creative team when it came to helping with dancers. I became a dance captain for Beyonce at 19 years old, yes.
Ashely accompanied Beyonce on every major concert tour and danced at over 500 shows in total. For almost a decade, Ashely danced by Beyonce's side at some of her most memorable performances, including the 2013 and 2016 Super Bowl halftime shows, as well as Coachella 2018. Ashely also appeared in over 20 music videos with Beyonce, like Single Ladies, Run the World, Formation, and many others. Ashely and Beyonce also seem to have developed a close friendship offstage, and Beyonce even helped Ashely's boyfriend arrange a surprise proposal during one of her shows. However, when Beyonce kicked off her 2023 Renaissance World Tour on May 10th in Stockholm, Sweden, fans were shocked to see that Beyonce had replaced most of her veteran background dancers. Meanwhile, Beyonce's team confirmed that Ashely is no longer Beyonce's dance captain and that she's been replaced by Hannah Douglas. And while fans were definitely surprised to see that Ashely wasn't invited to the Renaissance Tour, they initially didn't think much of this. Many fans pointed out that Beyonce probably wanted to include more queer dancers, considering that her album Renaissance is heavily inspired by the post-1970s ballroom scene, as well as black, queer, and trans culture. Beyonce actually dedicated Renaissance to her Uncle Johnny, a gay cousin who helped raise her and her sister Solange until his death during the AIDS epidemic.
I dedicate this award to my Uncle Johnny, the most fabulous gay man I've ever known and I ever knew, who helped raise me and my sister. He lived his truth, and he was brave and unapologetic during a time when this country wasn't as accepting. And witnessing his battle with HIV was one of the most painful experiences I've ever lived.
For this reason, the Renaissance World Tour featured a lot of queer dance talent, including the viral sensation Honey Balenciaga. So after the Renaissance Tour kicked off, fans assumed that Beyonce simply didn't think Ashely was a great fit for this particular thing. However, Ashely is one of the best in the game, and she danced with Beyonce for almost 10 years, so it's still strange that Beyonce decided to cut her out. And plus, Ashely spoke out on more than one occasion that she can dance any style and doesn't restrict herself to just one type of dance.
I would say, I always say this to any dancer who wants to be in this industry or make it a career. Taking as many classes as you can, being as diverse as possible. You don't have to be a professional salsa dancer too, but try it, you know, the more you know, the bigger your opportunities are. Because these auditions and stuff, even for a commercial for Jeeps or something, they might want you to crump. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not a crumper, but I've seen it and I've tried it and I can fake it till I make it. So just you know, exploring and expanding
So given Ashely's talent and years of experience, we don't see why she wouldn't be able to master the choreography for the Renaissance tour. Some fans speculated that maybe Beyonce wanted younger dancers this time around. However, Beyonce's new dance captain, Hannah Douglas, is 2 years older than Ashely, so that's definitely not the reason. But what is the reason then? Why didn't Ashely make the cut for the Renaissance tour? Well, here's where the story gets really bizarre. Ashely was recently caught liking a bunch of shady comments and posts about Beyonce, and one of these posts referred to Beyonce as a demon. Ashely first liked a comment left by a fan on an Instagram video of Beyonce that read, "Most overrated performer of the 21st century." Shortly after, Ashely liked a TikTok comment on her own video that read, "If you ask this woman about Renaissance one more time." But then fans noticed that Ashely also pressed like on an Instagram post shared by Hollywood Unlocked that referenced a speech by poet and Bible teacher Jackie Hill Perry, in which Jackie warned people that they're entertaining demons while listening to artists like Beyonce and Kehlani. In her viral speech, Jackie talked about the way that Black mainstream female artists often present witchcraft as something cool in their music and overall aesthetics, and she said this only perpetuates stereotypes that Black people are not true Christians.
Who told us you got to be a witch to be Black? You are not more Black by engaging in witchcraft. That is still propagating a white supremacist lie that Black people in Africa didn't know Jesus.
By the way, this is exactly what some fans thought Beyonce was doing in the poem Denial, which was featured on her Lemonade album. Many fans felt that part of this poem sounded like Beyonce was describing some magical rituals, specifically in the last few lines. Now, to be clear, Beyonce didn't actually write this poem herself. It was written by British poet Warsan Shire, who is a practicing Muslim. However, fans still felt like this was Beyonce's idea because she wouldn't have spoke those words if she didn't believe them. One fan said, "I don't care if Beyonce wrote it or another person, she is speaking those words and demonstrating them. Witchcraft." And another person added, "She's referring to doing rituals to see if Jay-Z was cheating on her. She sacrificed herself to see and save her relationship." But going back to Jackie Hill Perry and her speech on demonic music that caught Ashely's attention. In her speech, Jackie also name-dropped Beyonce and Kehlani and said that these are the types of artists who are trying to trick people into thinking all spiritualism is the same.
I am angry that the powers that be in social media and in culture and in music and in Beyonce's music and in Kehlani's music and in whatever the other, and in Santa, like I'm angry that they are really trying to convince us that all spiritualism is the same. And we have digested this impurity and this, we want so bad not to be legalistic that we actually become profane. We want so bad to have all these freedoms that we are entertaining demons, and you wonder why you are depressed, and you wonder why you are anxious, and you wonder why you have nightmares, and you wonder why you can't sleep, and you wonder why you see things in your room at night. It's because you're opening up doors to all kinds of demons. Close them. Whatever you got in your home that's witchcraft, throw it away. Throw it away. Burn everything you got. Because we are women who are going to love God with all of our heart and all of our mind and all of our soul. We are not going to imitate the detestable practices of the nations.
Now, whether you actually believe that Beyonce practices witchcraft or not, the fact remains that she calls herself a queen and invites people to worship her and bow down. Not to mention that Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z, calls himself Hova, which is a play on the name Jehovah, another name for God. Besides that, Ashely is not the first person who worked for Beyonce before seemingly accusing her of witchcraft. Back in 2018, Beyonce's former drummer of 7 years, Kimberly Thompson, filed a restraining order against Beyonce and claimed that she harassed her by using extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and magic spells.
This has been going on since 2006, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And for a very long time, I put this person on a pedestal. I loved them. I'd send emails, publicly, happy birthday and all this stuff. And the entire time, this person was casting spells and manipulating me and controlling my job situations, my relationships, just all kinds of things.
In the court documents obtained by The Blast, Kimberly alleged that Beyonce used spells to run surveillance and control her finances. And she also claimed that all the higher-ups in the music industry know about Beyonce's occult beliefs and practices. However, they're all terrified to speak on it publicly. So, the fact that Ashely Everett, who worked closely with Beyonce for over a decade, liked to post about Beyonce being a demon is very strange, to say the least. Now, as for some fans, some of them are claiming all of this is just another conspiracy theory, and they're calling Ashely bitter. However, many many others are convinced that there has to be at least some truth to these allegations surrounding Beyonce's involvement in voodoo and witchcraft. One Beehive member said, "The way she shades the woman who made her relevant, shaking my head." And another fan added, "Everybody trying to defend this witch. The audacity of this woman to do this to someone who gave her a career." However, many others are saying they believe Ashely and Kimberly, and they think that Beyonce's diehard fans are too blinded to see the truth. I don't know why people feel like Beyonce is this can't do wrong person. To be even with Jay says a lot, so keep that in mind. I personally believe some of the things said about her is only because of B and the powers Jay has that we don't hear what really goes on behind closed doors. Everything is timing. But how do you feel about all these rumors about Beyonce practicing witchcraft? Do you think that's the real reason Ashely walked away? Comment down below and don't miss out on this next video.